is not the one. Where am I gonna live? Not the one. It's not for the faint of heart. Bonjour, welcome to another cozy winter day at Paris with cozy cafes, amazing places, Haussmannian buildings, but the impossible hunt for the perfect apartment. So I'm gonna show you a few apartments that I visited today because currently, je cherche un appartement à Paris. I'm looking for an apartment in Paris. Mais avant tout, but before everything, on va aller prendre un café. We're gonna go drink a little coffee or tea, du thé, parce que j'ai besoin d'un thé avant ces visites. I need to drink some tea before these apartment visits. In a cafe I absolutely love qui s'appelle le Café Carousel. Usually le weekend et quand il fait beau, when it's sunny, il y a tellement de monde, but today it looks like there's not many people. Donc allons-y. Bonjour, je vais vous prendre un chocolat chaud en terrasse.
D'accord, ou est-ce que vous voulez vous mettre là, par ici, là?
Ouais.
C'est un peu à l'abri du vent, quoi.
Ouais, bon,
voilà.
Merci.
Et voilà mon petit chocolat chaud, my little hot chocolate. I ended up not even getting a coffee or tea, mais c'est pas grave, le chocolat chaud c'est bon aussi. C'est délicieux. So actually right now, I'm in a cafe called le Café Carousel. I come here quite a lot in the summers, but it's my first time pendant l'hiver, and it's my first time cette année, this year. And the reason I really like it is because it's in such a prime location. Like you can even get hot chocolate, hot coffee to go, even though that's not so much in the French culture. And you can go dans Jardin des Tuileries, the Tuileries Gardens, which is right next to this cafe. Or you can just sit on the terrace like me, even in winter, même pendant l'hiver, avec une couverture with a little blankets, and you can just like people watch. And I think that's what I really like about Paris. C'est ce que j'aime beaucoup de Paris, c'est vraiment café terrace, terrace cafes. Back to my housing situation. I think most of you guys know it's been 1 year that I've been wanting to move because currently I'm in the Parisian suburbs, on the like Parisian western suburbs, which is close to La Défense. It's amazing, I think, because it's so quiet. It's great to work, and honestly, it's such a cool place to just have a family, have a peaceful life. But je veux la vie parisienne. Like I think I did all this effort of leaving Asia, coming to France, coming to Paris, and so if I'm in Paris, I need to live in Paris, pas dans la banlieue. Banlieue means suburbs, and I am kind of tired of RER, which is like a train that comes into Paris, qui rentre dans Paris. And so I'm ready for like the full metro Parisian life. C'est pas super simple. It's not super simple because the application, le dossier qu'il faut, that you need to get an apartment in Paris, I don't know if it's like this where you live. Si aux États-Unis, in America, or dans les grandes villes like London, New York, si c'est comme ça. Mais en Asie, c'est pas comme ça. In Asia, it's not like this. When I was living in Shanghai, I found my apartment in 3 days. And I have friends, living in also Bangkok, Manila, and they all find their apartments less than a week. So, le mois de janvier a été difficile. The month of January has been pretty hard. I've been doing multiple visits every week, chaque semaine. Sometimes they don't even look at my dossier, especially when they know I'm an independent entrepreneur. And when I tell them that my job is working online to help people in languages and create videos, they're just forget it. So I really think it's absolutely impossible to go through agencies if you're an independent, indépendant, it's like a auto entrepreneur. Mais si tu as un CDI, if you have a full-time job, a 9-to-5 job, là c'est différent. Here it's really different. They look at your dossier, they look at your guarantors, and then when I have to explain that my family lives in Asia, quand j'explique que mes parents vivent en Asie, that's too hard for them to process. So it's been challenging, and today I'm going to show you a few of the apartments I visited, or I visited the nicer ones. I mean, there are also disappointments, but wish me luck because c'est pas facile, it's not so easy, and janvier a été super. January has still been very good. Like, let me know in the comments how your January has been. Comment était ton mois de janvier? How has your month of January been? Because I think in the world, it's felt like 6 months or 1 year. On a l'impression que c'était 6 mois ou 1 an. With everything that happened in the world, I feel like there were 100 days of January. I don't know if you felt like that. I really wish this month, ce mois de février, to be better for us all. Je souhaite que ce mois de février est super pour toi et tes proches. I really hope it's going to be a great, more peaceful February than January. And je souhaite absolument, I really, really hope I can find the dream apartment. Maybe not dream apartment, but a good apartment that I see myself living in for a few years, and a place where I can easily go to all the different Paris arrondissements and make videos for you, créer des vidéos. When there are like challenges like this, il faut continuer. You know, you need to continue. And I'm sure there are so many people less fortunate than me, and that living in Paris is already a gift. So, il faut pas que je me plaigne trop. I'm starting to complain. Hopefully, on va trouver quelque chose. Hopefully, we'll find something. Donc, santé. Wow, ce chocolat chaud, il est pas mal, en vrai.
Let's go visit on Rue Rouget de Lille. I hope it's the one. I think this week I visited a place chaque jour de la semaine, every day of the week. So it's honestly been un peu stressant, quite stressful. So on verra cette visite. Let's go check it out. Where am I? Où suis-je? Bonjour. C'est à quel étage exactement?
Tout en haut.
Tout en haut, ok.
Tout au fond à droite.
Ok, merci. Wow, that was like 8 people that came from looking at this apartment, cet appartement. Il y a énormément de monde qui font des visites. So many people do visit. Staircases in Paris. Well, I can hear like every language being spoken. So not only French people are putting their dossier, their application. Wow, les 7 étages. Where am I gonna live? Must be there. Bonjour.
Allez-y, entrez, je vous laisse.
Merci. Bonjour. So this must be the bedroom, la chambre. There's a lot of light. Il y a beaucoup de lumière. Not bad. Les vues. Good lighting, good view, good location, but petit, a bit small. Tell me what you think. Qu'en pensez-vous? Bonjour. Je fais un petit tour.
Dites-moi si jamais vous changez d'avis. Bon, ok, j'attends votre mail. Voilà, vous avez un frigo.
Oui.
Et de l'autre côté, un petit congélo identique en taille, en termes de taille.
Superbe. Et là, on est à combien de mètres carrés au total?
Là, on a 28 mètres carrés complètes
Ouais.
et on est à 1 080 € charge comprise.
D'accord. C'est-à-dire chauffage collectif et...
Non, chauffage au chaud individuel, donc à rajouter dans les charges.
D'accord. Je suis surprise parce que dans les photos, ça donnait pas trop ça. Même au niveau du rangement, il est pas mal. Il est bien. J'ai vu que vous avez beaucoup de visites.
Ouais.
Mais c'est vrai que je pense que c'est l'emplacement, honnêtement, qui... Juste pour savoir, est-ce que c'est prix pour le lieu, un prix standard à Paris?
Oui, les loyers à Paris sont encadrés, donc oui.
Oui, ok. Ça respecte l'encadrement des loyers. Ok. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Il y a beaucoup d'escaliers. So many stairs. Honestly, location is so good and there was such good lighting. but un peu cher, a bit expensive. Les ascenseurs parisiens, Parisian elevators and Parisian stairways. Une autre visite, another visit, and it's not the one. C'est pas celui-ci. So this is the paper she gives me that says everything. It says le dossier doit être complet pour être étudié, which means that the application needs to be complete to be even studied. And so it's telling me the list of documents, pièce d'identité, ID, titre de séjour, like if you're a foreigner and you need a visa here, justificatif de revenus, so that's everything about your revenue streams. And obviously it says salarié en CDI, because salarié is like when you're full-time, quand tu as un boulot à temps plein, because they do not like independence, ils n'aiment pas les gens indépendants, entrepreneurs like me. Attestation d'employeur, so you need the attestation of your employer that says like you validated your période d'essai, your trial period. You need to have your last 3 bulletins of salary, so need to be there for 3 to 6 months. Your tax imposition, and oh my gosh, you need les justificatifs de domicile where you live actually, and also you need 3 garants, 3 guarantors, and all the papers that the guarantors need and all their tax revenues. Wow, I feel like c'est plus difficile, it's harder than finding a job. Trouver un appartement à Paris, it's not for the faint of heart, c'est très difficile.
Now we are at le métro Convention, which is located dans le 15e arrondissement in the 15th district, which is also northwest of Paris, un quartier très familial, very family, très local. And we're going to visit notre prochain appartement, our next apartment, donc allons-y.
Bonjour. Ok.
Je vais découvrir là-bas.
Parfait. C'est un duplex, c'est ça?
Ouais.
Ok. You're 10 minutes under the rain. Je suis dans l'appart. I'm in the apartment. So it's a duplex with a bathroom and a toilet and no light. I guess this is a Parisian window. I don't know how you open that, but et c'est à combien de mètres carrés?
35.
35. Et du coup, c'est à combien?
34.
1034. Et pour le quartier, c'est les prix habituels.
Vu le monde,
Oui.
et j'ai peut-être 300 personnes à voir.
Ok.
Parce qu'il est passé cette nuit.
Ok.
Je pense que vous l'avez vu aujourd'hui, vous, c'est ça?
Ouais.
Voilà. Donc,
Quand il y a trop de monde, ça disparaît. Ok.
en fait, il y a eu tellement de demandes sur cet appart qu'on a coupé le bouton.
Et normalement, c'est comme ça dans le 15e, il y a beaucoup de
Ça dépend
demandes.
du prix en fait. Vu que c'est un duplex, il n'y a pas une vraie séparation pour un 2 pièces. C'est
D'accord.
un petit peu moins cher.
Ok.
Il est moins cher. D'une rue à l'autre, les prix varient.
Ça change.
Le mètre carré, le prix du mètre carré à la location varie d'un numéro à un autre.
Merci beaucoup.
Dès que je finis ma
Ok. Not the one. Definitely not the one. So I just finished the visit. Je viens de faire la visite sur rue Vaugirard. Honestly, I feel like for the price, 1044, 1044, and the size, which is 30 mètres carrés, 30 meters squared, pas si mal, like it's completely in my budget. Et nous sommes dans le 15e arrondissement, which is the 15th district, which is very, like, I would say, local families, a lot of local stuff. Beaucoup de choses locales, des marchés, plein de choses. But honnêtement, c'est pas mon préféré. It's not my favorite apartment. And I don't know, I really want a separate room. Je veux vraiment une chambre séparée. It's a duplex, donc c'était sur 2 étages, on 2 floors, meaning the living room and the big space was on the first floor. Et sur le 2e étage, on the second floor, was the bedroom. But it was so dark because, again, the window on the second floor, c'était au-dessus, it was on the top, so on voyait pas grand-chose, il y avait pas beaucoup de lumière. For me, c'est très important d'avoir un appartement lumineux, to have a really like apartment avec beaucoup de lumière, with lots of light, et aussi du calme and a lot of calm.
And now we are in the 16th arrondissement, which is known for being one of the most elegant, upscale, and residential districts of Paris. Just look at those beautiful Haussmann buildings. They're absolutely magnifique. So this is an apartment that is on the Boulevard Excelmans, so one of the biggest boulevards. And it's also 950 euros, and it's supposed to have a separate bedroom and living room, which I was surprised that everything was open. There was not even like a separator or a door. And if you look at the couch, that's actually the canapé lit. So canapé lit in French means the bed couch. It transforms into a bed, which no thank you. I would love to have like a real bed in my future dream place. And it's un meublé, so that means the furniture already came. Honestly, the kitchen, not too bad. I mean, this is a Parisian cuisine, so the expectations shouldn't be crazy. I liked it, but the fact that it's on the ground floor, given on the street, it means it's pretty loud and a lot of people can see you from the outside, so I would probably close the curtains most of the time. Overall, it wasn't too bad for the size, it's like about 30 meters squared and the price. But it's not the one. So let's hope that we'll find the one very soon. We are in Porte de Versailles, which is also known as Parc des Expositions, because there are a lot of exhibitions that happen in this part of Paris. J'ai récemment fait le Salon du Chocolat, the chocolate salon, which you can see probably the photos sur mon Instagram. My Instagram is @FrenchWithElle, and I teach like easy French expressions and also just pictures of my life and behind the scenes of these YouTube videos that you see. Donc là, on est sur le tram. We're on a tram and it basically leaves from Porte de Versailles tout en haut jusqu'à La Défense. And as I mentioned, I live in the western suburbs of Paris, dans la banlieue de Paris Ouest. And so we're going to go back to the area I live in and I'll share with you a little bit my thoughts at the same time. Je vais un peu vous partager ce que je pense de trouver un appartement à Paris because c'est assez difficile. It's quite hard to find an apartment in Paris. Mais bon, c'est vraiment quelque chose que j'ai envie de faire. J'ai envie de déménager dans un appartement à Paris. I really want to live in an apartment in Paris. Pas dans la banlieue. Not in the suburbs. Donc, on va continuer la visite. We're gonna continue the visit. A part that there's not enough apartments, c'est aussi, je pense, le côté administratif. Like the administration in France, c'est fou. Honnêtement, j'ai appris pour l'administration quand j'ai créé cette entreprise, when I started my own company last summer. Any aspect in France is really, really hectic. I think coming from Asia or coming from a country like maybe in the US, c'est différent. Peut-être que you can tell me how the administration is in the country you're in.
Mais en France, vu qu'il y a beaucoup de lois qui protègent les personnes, there are a lot of laws that protect people. Just when you want to do something, you want to create your company, tu veux trouver un appartement, c'est hyper galère. It's quite a hassle. So I would say that there's the French administration, et il y a aussi les prix. There are also the prices. Honestly, like I feel like if you have a, very, very high infinite budget, si tu as un budget très élevé, bah c'est beaucoup plus simple de trouver. It's much easier to find something. Mais si tu cherches quelque chose comme moi, genre dans un budget, for a budget that's around like 1,000 euros, under 1,200, 1,300, c'est pas si simple. And especially, I want to be quite central. I don't want to be too far from a metro. I also want to be somewhere quiet, vu que je travaille depuis chez moi. I work from home, so c'est très important. Et aussi, somewhere that is where I feel at home. Because I think it's different when you visit somewhere like as a tourist and when you actually live there, quand tu vis actuellement. When you actually live there, je pense que c'est important de se sentir bien, de se sentir chez soi. The number one criteria is that like you really feel at home. Even if you have to maybe walk a little more or like it's not as big as you want or it's not, with all your requirements, tu dois te sentir chez soi. There's another thing to pay attention to, c'est que les bâtiments, the buildings, they're very, very old. Ils sont très, très anciens à Paris. So, même si tu le vois pas, like even if you don't see it quand tu visites l'appartement, when you're like looking at the application, des vieux immeubles, old buildings, il y a beaucoup de problèmes. So I think it's really important to be cautious about this because you have to look at like how is the isolation, l'isolation, especially now during winter, if it stays warm, this is more difficult to test, but l'insonorisation, so the soundproof system, because I have friends who live in an apartment et ils entendent leurs voisins. They hear their neighbors, like they hear when their neighbor showers or when their neighbor watches TV. C'est vraiment bizarre. Like it's really strange. So it's to check if c'est pas trop bruyant, if it's not too loud. Also, un truc des vieux immeubles, from old buildings, is that il y a la moisissure. Like if there's humidity, s'il y a beaucoup d'humidité dans l'appartement, ça peut faire des traces. It can really like damage the walls, the ceiling. And I would say like air circulation, like see how is the air circulation, airflow. Tous ces critères, I think I've learned about it over the past few months. J'ai beaucoup appris des derniers mois, and especially le mois de janvier. Like I told you, it's been hectic. Been looking at so many visits every week, trying to fit it into my planning. Essayer de le mettre dans mon planning. Mais bon, je pense qu'il faut rester courageux. You have to stay courageous, and you also have to realize that living in a place like Paris obviously comes with, some things like the administration or just the very, very high competition for housing. But I know I will find something. Je pense que je vais trouver quelque chose. I'll probably give more advice and more tips on this journey on my Instagram, directement sur mon Instagram, which I will share my apartment hunt journey at Paris. As you all know, I really love Paris. I think Paris is quite magical and super rich in history and culture and art. Mais de trouver un appartement, to find an apartment is quite a nightmare. Nightmare in French is cauchemar. I actually had some nightmares about never being able to find something. And it's crazy that like just somewhere you live can have such an impact on your mood daily. Mais bon, faut rester optimiste. You need to stay optimist. You need to stay positive. And also, I think the best advice I've received so far, c'est d'avoir un dossier organisé et concret. Is really to have an application that is really well organized and clear. So out of all the requirements that they ask for, which is a lot, making 3 times the amount of rent, showing like if you have your own company the last 3 years of salaries, if you have 3 guarantors, asking letters for them that are signed, and also having the tax and salaries of those guarantors, bank statements, just so much administration work. But I guess once you have that, you really need to organize it very clearly, you know, make all the files into PDF, name all the files. I'm curious if in other cities, c'est aussi difficile de trouver un appartement. It's as hard to find an apartment. I am hoping that I will find something and I'll probably announce it first on Instagram. Je vais d'abord l'annoncer sur Instagram. And then obviously, you know, I want to be able to share more about this journey. Mais je pense que c'est bien de partager ce côté de Paris. I think it's good to share this side of Paris, which is not picture perfect. And, you know, je pense que tout le monde galère. I think everyone has a hectic time to find housing in Paris, even to find the place where I'm now, même de mon logement actuel, which is in the western suburbs of Paris, c'était difficile. So I would say this was one of the more personal videos, une vidéo assez personnelle. I really hope you enjoyed it. Also, let me know which of the apartments that we visited today interests you the most. Quel appartement était le mieux? I also would love to know like your thoughts and tips and advice if you've ever had apartment hunting experience dans des grandes villes, in big cities. I really enjoyed spending the day with you. Donc, merci beaucoup et à bientôt.